Now, last episode, we did the unthinkable. We made a spawner that spawns basically an unlimited amount of stone. And it's through the cave creepers, which in my opinion are insanely powerful. But not only that, the echoing of the upgrade here for the actual spawner has made this even more powerful than it should be. So every time we get diamonds, we're guaranteed diamonds. And that all goes into our new drawer network that we have, where I already have over 6,000 diamonds, 8,000 emeralds, tons of gold and iron. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. But the main thing I wanted was the stone, because this only generates gold and iron. But we really want other ores, and that's where today we're going to put all of that stone to work. Now, the hardest part was coming up with an area to place this thing, because we need to essentially place a sheet of stone down, and then we need our lasers from Actually Additions, much like the one that we have right here. We need this to then send that laser signal into the block to convert it into an ore. And then we need something to then pick up that ore, pick up everything that's not stone. So to be able to do this, well, I needed a huge area, and I decided to go with, how about the center of the base? Because that seems kind of fair. But really the only space we need is enough space for the lasers to go. And the other things are going to be these placers, and these can kind of go nearby. Thankfully, they can just go underneath because they can go anywhere. And I actually want to use the advanced block placer and the block breaker for this. So hear me out. Currently, we have the ability to use like this Celesti Gem pickaxe that has efficiency 5 on it. And I was wondering if that was going to be fast enough. But after doing a little bit of testing, for example, placing in all of this stone right here, here is the advanced block placer, the one up top. It places in the stone pretty quick. Let's actually remove that. I don't know how that filter got placed in here. And let's get a gate and make sure these are powered. So as soon as I place this places in pretty quick. It's not insanely fast, but it is going to be fast enough once we constantly supply it with stone. And then once this structure is complete, we then send the pulse, right, into this to power all of the 170, I think, that we're going to need. Well, it's an 11 by 11, right, of material, 121 or something like that. So we essentially need 121 lasers under here, all with the laser upgrades, and they all need to be powered. And then they all need to kind of wait to receive a pulse, which we may or may not have to do. We'll see how it goes. We may just have them constantly run. But once they receive a pulse, they're going to change. Then this will break the ores. So I think that will be plenty fast enough. I mean, that seems relatively quick. And the idea here is that we're going to collect all of the ores. It's going to get placed back in, and then we send another pulse of redstone to all of these blocks. And then another cool thing that we can do is, instead of collecting these with like an item collector, which is something I also thought about, instead we can just have this actually teleport the items it collects directly into our controller. And that'll be super simple. We just have to link this pick up to it and place that upgrade in it, and then we can link this up and use that drops teleporter. Now, I was thinking, how am I going to power all of these miners and actually get them up and running? And well, I was thinking about that. And yeah, I think advanced universal cables should be able to carry enough power. And this is also going to hold a pretty significant buffer. And I should be able to place all of my atomic reconstructors, which I did get crafted, all the atomic reconstructors just directly on top of this entire panel of the cable. Now, I don't want any power going into these just yet, but I do need to get these all placed in this same orientation, just like this, all facing the same way. But let's see, can I do this with the building gadget? If so, it's going to make this so much easier. And will they hold their orientation? Oh, they do. That is absolutely fantastic, making this whole process so much easier. Now, already this looks absolutely insane, but we still need the lenses. And so I do have all of the lenses. Oh, this is going to be absolutely a pain. It looks like, yeah, they don't stack. So all of these lenses have to be placed in individually. Oh boy, just like this. You know what? This might be the perfect example for having restock enabled though. So restock should auto pull it from my inventory. Oh, it doesn't look like it does though. Maybe maybe it's only for certain blocks. Oh, maybe it has to be a stackable item for the restock to work. But you know what? That's kind of okay, because it does seem like the restock mod, whatever's allowing the item to go back in my hand, is making this quite easy. I just fill my whole inventory and just make sure I go through all of these. Now, I have been thinking about this. What is this thing going to sound like? This is going to be a pretty ridiculous sound when all of these are fired. And not only that, when they become desynchronized, which will almost definitely happen because of the way the ore breakers are going to work. So yeah, I have no idea what to expect from the sound. I do know that I also have to have a layer of something else above, and I do want to put glass above this. And we might use like the dark glass for this. I think that would be pretty nice. The glass is going to go out here and is going to cover this. So that way, if this does fire and there just happens to not be a block in the way, it's not going to fire into, for example, this stone up here, which would then convert this into an ore. And I don't want that to happen. And so this is the glass that I was talking about, this tinted glass, which is actually witherproof as well. So definitely worth using in like mob farms, and it makes it completely dark, which I really just love the effect of that. And I typically do use it in some way or another on just about every base I design. So now, however, for the fun part, how are we going to get the stone in here, and how are we going to get our block placer? So right here connected to it, we can go ahead and place the block placer. And this does matter what orientation it is currently facing. And I'll just have it facing down since it's the easiest way to place it in. We just, however, have to make sure that it's lined up in the appropriate position. So I think I need to bring the Y value up 1. No, I got to bring it up 2. There we go. And so that should now be positioned correctly. No, it has to go up 1 more. Okay, 5. Oh wait, no, I'm bringing up the wrong thing. This needs to be up on 1. I do believe, right? No, that's correct. Oh no, this one's actually much lower. So there's 2. And if I was to remove this, we'll then be able to see the correct one. Okay, so this needs to go up to 3. There it is. Now it is in the appropriate location. We can see right there. Perfect. So that one's good to go. Now we just got to get this one lined up in that position as well. So let's take it up 2 blocks, and that's 1 too high. And there we go. And then I just have these both maxed out on their Z and X to make sure it's a maxed out 11 by 11. Now to get the stone inside of our advanced placer. So to do that, of course, I'm going to use modular routers. I think this is a very effective way of sending items from one location to another without moving cables everywhere, because I want to keep this nice and clean. And to do that, to do it wirelessly, we'll use a polar module MK2 and a cinder module Mark II. Both of these have a nice range. The polar is a little less, but we're not actually pulling from anywhere crazy. And our puller needs to be filtered. And the good thing is these will have a filter. So where are we pulling from? Well, we're going to be pulling from the controller. So on the slab, I need to give myself a platform, because unfortunately you can't be flying whenever you link these to something. But I'm just going to link it to the controller here, and this is going to pull from it. But we need to tell it what to pull, so let's pull some stone into here after setting that filter. So now it should have a whitelist. I can set the filter to stone, and then just double check to make sure that that whitelist is set. So now the only thing that this puller module should be able to pull is stone out of our controller, in which we have 32,000 setting in here ready to go. And any excess is actually being voided at the moment. And just to test this out, to be able to see it actually working, I have the upgrades in here. And when I put this in, we should, once we have range, as you can see right now, it actually says it's out of range, but I don't know how far out of range it actually is. But if we go to modular routers, we can make range upgrades quite easily, and it shouldn't take too much to get these set up. And the range upgrades actually go into the machine themselves. And these are the range upgrade augments that you see right here. So inside of this, these augments go into these slots. And is this going to be enough? And it is. And you can see the stone immediately fills right in there, pulling directly out of that controller. Now the cinder is pretty simple. I'm just going to shift right click onto this location, and I really don't have to do anything else. As soon as I put this upgrade inside of here, it's going to immediately fill this up, and you notice the power is going to drop. But what's going to happen is this entire area fills with stone. So now that that's done, well, the next step is getting our breaker ready to go. And so at the moment, I just have efficiency on this pick, and it also has auto smelter, and both of those I want. And I think what I want to do is I want to have auto smelt on here, and I want to put the max amount of efficiency as possible on this. And I think just having anything that can be smelted. And I think that's just going to make this process a little bit easier, letting us avoid a lot of the ore processing. This may change later on, but for right now, I'm just going to have it go to the barrel. And the way I'm going to do that is by linking it to the top up here, just linking it to this barrel so I can build up the items into the barrel temporarily so I can then place them into here. And then eventually it'll be all linked. This will just be linked directly to the controller and the items should be sent there. But I do want to go ahead and make sure I put all of the items into drawers first before that takes place. Now, something cool that you can actually do is you can use a lens of disenchanting and you can go ahead and enchant up some picks. For example, I enchanted this diamond pickaxe and you can toss that down here with some books and also turn magnets off. And you can toss it down in here. And this will remove the first enchant off of the pickaxe. So let's go ahead and just toss one book and one pickaxe. Hit that, and that will convert that enchanted book into whatever was the topmost enchant. And then you can just keep doing that, right? Keep tossing one. And that is an easy way, and very kind of early, honestly, way of getting enchantments off of things. Of course, later on, you have industrial foregoing and all kinds of other stuff. But this is pretty cool that you can do this now, and another reason to love Actually Additions. With a little bit of enchanting, I can get all the way up here to Fortune 4. That seems really, really good. And then combining this with our pickaxe, this will get us Efficiency 6, which that's really good in its own. And then if I grab another anvil, nice, we can also combine the Fortune, and we're going to get those bonuses applied there. So anything that can be broken that definitely gets a fortune applied, bam, now we have access. So this right here is going to be kind of insane. All right, so stone, let's go ahead and get this placed in. And then we need to have a denialist, and we're going to deny our pickaxe breaking stone. And so when we put this in, nothing should break. We should be good. I say should. And then up here, we should be fine. The only thing we need to do now is give this power. So a single gate should be able to easily power this, no problem whatsoever. And that gate is going to go right here on the bottom of this cable. And as soon as I do this, the party is going to start. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Oh my God. And we have liftoff. That's a crazy sound, to be fair. And if we go down here, we should be able to now see the ores building up. Oh my goodness. Yes, you are not mistaken. This is actually happening. We are gaining all of these ores, including fluorite, and they're all being smelted and harvested into their appropriate setup. Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous, including uraninite, which is a big, big gain out of this setup. Okay, I need to hurry up though, because I need to start placing our items in and getting these actually sorted into their individual drawers. Now, I didn't notice this at first, but I definitely want to go in here and I want to mute this. So I can go ahead and set an anchor, set the position here, and I think this is going to be perfectly fine at like 16. And then, yeah, the Actually Additions Reconstructor definitely needs to be done. But I really do like the sound of the blocks breaking. That's not too bad. But something else to note. We have experience dropping, right? Because a lot of this ore actually drops experience, and we also need to collect that. So, yet again, another dire gadget. We should be able to use an XP holder and make sure it's under collect mode, and then create the max size here at 5 by 5. And this should be able to go up and into that area. Let's also render the preview so we make sure it goes into the correct spot. Needs to go up 2 more. And now it should be in the correct spot, and you now see experience building up, which is exactly what we want, because I don't want to have to randomly walk up here and grab the XP. Probably also set this down to 10 every 10 ticks. I want these to be in 1 tick, but not everything needs to be 1 tick. Also, I am noticing this is using a ton of power on these, so maybe applying a couple of gates would be a good idea for these two machines specifically. Unless the just transfer limit into this is just not that high. Interesting. I wonder if unbreaking also removes the amount of power this uses per brick. And the answer to that question is 100% yes. I put unbreaking on here, and this is now almost insta-breaking. It's even faster than it was before. Yeah, I put oh my gosh. It's draining so much energy. Well, I guess the buffer filled up. So my assumption is that this buffer is kind of the problem. Like, this machine cannot accept enough power to do this. This is 100% the problem. We are just out of power. We just don't have any power at all. Oh my goodness, this is really consuming power. Now, a temporary solution for this is to just set the speed in ticks to happen every 20 ticks. And that is definitely keeping up with power now, and my power problems are fixed. But in the future, it would be really nice to definitely have this running at max speed. Once we get some more power infrastructure up and running, then that will 100% become a thing that happens. As of right now, this looks beautiful. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the render here, which is just picking up XP. So nice. All of this is just super nice. And then get our log. And I think we're done managing things down here for now. So I can put this in, grab the glass, and I think we have a completed project. That looks pretty good. It is going to be slow for right now until we get more power scaled up, but I mean, it's still generating resources. Like, keep that in mind. Like, all of this is generating tons and tons of resources for us, including salt and things for Mekanism like fluorite, which is pretty important for later game Mekanism stuff. And then we're also generating now uraninite, which is another very, very important part of keeping reactors up if you were to set, for example, a reactor. Now, just to think, all of these resources that are being mined right here are courtesy of our cave creepers. It just seems absurd that that's actually what's providing this whole farm. But it really is. All of the stone that's being generated from our creepers are actually what's providing power to this, because this would be a real big bottleneck, like not being able to generate all of the stone. Like, that would become a huge, huge bottleneck for this farm. But because of those creepers and because of the mob farm and because of the upgrades, it makes this 100% possible. And what an epic farm this is. I had a lot of fun putting this together today, and it's probably been the most fun that I've had in modded in a long time. So yeah, I definitely recommend, if you can set up a farm like this, doing it. And I would love to see it over on the Discord. If you do build this exact same farm, like I said, I would love, you guys can @ me over on the Discord in the image gallery channel. Share it. I would love to see it. And I hope you guys have just as much fun setting this up as I did putting it together. Now, I thought about changing this out, and I was taking a look at the different types of glass that I can use, and vibrant quartz glass is really, really cool. But I was wondering, can I get like this not to be completely lit up, which I was having a problem with. But believe it or not, the different quartz from Applied Energistics, they actually connect together even though they're two different types of glass. That's really cool. So the quartz glass connects right up to the vibrant glass. And so I can separate this just like so by having these two different types, keeping the outer edge nice and bright and keeping the center dark. Now, after letting this run for a while, I'm able to reposition this and actually get it selected on to the controller itself. And so now we don't need a buffer leading into here, making this super, super clean. And this should just teleport the items directly into the controller. Oh man, that is so clean. Dyer has really done a fantastic job with this. I mean, it's beautiful, a work of art. But with that, I think I'm gonna have to call this an episode, because man, I really don't know what to do from here. We are going to definitely be diving into some tech mods here into the future, and that is going to be exciting to be able to get into some of these higher end mods now that we have these ores available to us, and we really have a nice foundation, I think. And we have our centralized storage. So things are really starting to look good. So now anything that we do and we automate and have constantly running, we can now throw it in to our drawer network and we can start to void things if we start to make too much. This is a really great system in my opinion, and I like having that drawer system like connected up to the applied logistics system. Like there's nothing else like to really work on at the moment aside from starting to get into our higher end mods. Oh, I am so excited, and I hope you guys are as well. Of course, if you're looking forward to those videos, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And well, give this video a huge thumbs up, and while you're at it, might as well check out the links down in the description below if you still check out the description. Also, comment down below. What is your thoughts on this? I would really love to hear your thoughts on this way of generating ores in this pack, and if this is something you've never seen before. Also, with that being said, check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect, and, you know, give me a follow over there. I'd really, really appreciate it. I wait till the end of the videos to, well, mention all of these good old links, so I would appreciate those of you who had made it all the way here to definitely check that out. You might enjoy some of the other content that I do put out. For example, on the second channel, Chosen Live, which you can definitely check out as well. I do have a VODs channel where all of those VODs from the Twitch live stream go here onto YouTube. They are very, very long videos, so if that's something you enjoy, there you go. Guys, I do appreciate it. It's now time to thank the amazing supporter, which is the people who I really, really appreciate, and to give them a huge thanks. And that amazing thanks is going to go out to, if I can spell thanks right, there we go, going out to Dre. Thank you so much for your amazing support in choosing to support me over on the Discord by becoming a Discord premium member and supporting me in one of the best ways possible. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. And of course, as always, thanks for watching. Bye!